Welcome in, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, to our second game of this doubleheader between the Sylvan Hills Bears and the Maumelle Hornets. Hornets are going to start us off here at the top of the first here in Game 2, as the sides have switched and the Bears will be playing as the home team. But I know me and Will are excited to get this game started.
Yeah, let's see if Bears can take this second game, keep up with the Maumelle team at 7-3 in conference after the night's up. Definitely don't want to fall to 6-4, so let's try and get this game in.
And pitching for the Bears is going to be number 10, Sir Matten. That's going to be fouled off by number 14, Layla Ward, for the Hornets. And the count goes to 1-1, I believe.
Yeah, it's a breezy evening. It's nice and comfortable weather out. Now, after the first game's done, Game 2 is going to be a beautiful night. Hopefully we can get us a Bear win here and go home with the split.
Counts 0-2.
It's 1-2.
Well, it's 1-2?
I thought so.
It is 1-2. I can't see those lights up there.
No, it's 2-2.
The umpire last game was doing us a favor of putting it up behind to his sides after every swing. And they get it to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to pick it up, see if she can get it there. She can't. She's going to be late with the throw. And just like that, the Hornets have a runner at first, no outs.
Number 2, Peyton Hester.
Hornets were pretty good in that game 1 of getting their leadoff batter on first. So see if the Bears are going to have to try to nip that in the bud and try to do better of getting that first out at the plate.
Very true. Let's try and get this out. Percentage of scoring when you get the lead off.
And that's way up in the air, and the catcher's going to get under it. That looked like a bunt gone wrong right there. Tried to do a little slap bunt, but it goes high up in the air, and the catcher gets under it.
Yeah, hitter just didn't get the barrel on the ball enough to get it down. Instead of
Catherine Keeling.
Went to the top part of the bat and popped up, and catcher came out and took care of business.
So with a runner on first, 1 out now, Catherine Keeling comes up to the plate for the Hornets. Gets that one up in the air. It looks like infield pop fly as the shortstop gets under it, and that's out number 2.
Give up that leadoff base hit, and then you get 2 quick outs. That's going to help your cause a lot.
2 quick outs,
Number 12,
and it's Maggie Groves coming up to the plate for the Hornets.
Looks like Maumelle has done a swap the courtesy runner at first base.
And that one's hit hard, but foul as it goes over the Sylvan Hills dugout. Counts 0-1. And that's going to be a wild pitch in the dirt, and that's going to advance the runner to second. So the count evens up at 1-1.
Don't let that pitch worry you or frustrate you. Just come back and get this hitter and get out of the inning.
In the dirt for ball 2. So the count's 2-1. Maggie Groves, the only senior for the Hornets. That one was close. Tried to catch the bottom of the zone there, but that's going to be ball 3. Now 3-1. When that sun gets behind that concession stand, that wind might get might get me a little chilly. And that's ball 4, and she's going to take a trip to first. So with runners on first and second, 2 outs,
Now
coming up to the plate is going to be
number 9,
Gracie Keeling. And it's going to go off the glove of the catcher, and that's going to advance both runners. Now runners at third and second. Swing and a miss right there from Keeling, and that evens up the count at 1-1. Good pitch right there from Zermatten. Swing and a miss again. Great pitch once again from Brooke Zermatten, and now the count is 1-2. This one's hit high but foul behind, way up high behind the catcher. Count stays at 1-2. Fouled off. Keeling fouls that one off. Gets a little piece of it behind the catcher.
That one pole right there seems to get a lot of abuse.
It does.
On foul balls. There's been like 7 of them in the game and half inning that were.
This one's hit high up in the air. Center fielder's going after it, and she can't get to it as it drops. And that's going to get 2 runners across home plate. And that's a double RBI single
Now
for
batting,
Gracie
number
Keeling.
3, Grayson Pierce.
Sometimes you gotta close the door to open the window.
It was a good hit. I thought the second baseman was going to try and get out there and get that. Just didn't quite get to it.
I think that might have been a little miscommunication between the center fielder and the second baseman.
I don't know that the second baseman would have been able to get it. She's running backwards like
See if they can catch it, and they can, and it's a wild pitch to second as they were trying to catch Keeling Steely.
That's a hard thing
Yeah,
to say.
Keeling stealing.
The tongue twister there.
That's a swing and a miss. Counts now 1-1. At the plate is Grayson Pierce for the Hornets. That one's low and in the dirt for ball 2.
Yeah, that's strike.
Strike 2. All even up now, 2-2. Two-two's hit out into the left field, and it's going to be a fair ball. They're going to try to catch her at home, and they won't be able to catch her. That's going to be a double for Pierce as the Hornets now jump out to a 3-0 lead here in the first inning.
Yeah, Maumelle's come out and hitting. Still focused.
Matten gets a swing and a miss on the Hornet batter for strike number 1. This is Gober at the plate for the Hornets. This gets hit straight to the shortstop. Shortstop tries to make the play, and she gets it to first in time, and that's going to be out number 3 for the Bears. They get out of this inning, but not without giving up a few runs as the Hornets lead at 3-0. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the first. And we're back, Bears fans, here in the bottom of the first. Leading off the Bears is going to be Briley Overman. She takes ball 1. Hornets lead at 3-0 after a 3-run first inning for them. See if the Bears are going to have to play from behind once again in game 2. It's going to be ball 2. Overman having good patience. She had good patience in game 1 as well. It's carrying over into game 2. This time she gets a piece of it, but it goes foul behind the catcher. On the mound for the Hornets is number 14, Layla Ward. This time she gets a good piece of it. It's going high up in the air, but the left fielder is going to be able to get under it and put her away. So that's out number 1 for the Bears.
Yeah, she put a charge into that, but earlier in the game earlier in the evening it might have gone a little further, but the winds died down some.
So now it's Emma Young at the plate for the Bears as she takes ball 1. And that one's high for ball 2.
Tell you, just looking around, these camping lawn chairs have really come a long way when they now have rocking chairs.
Yeah, I had a couple family members get some of those for Christmas this year.
You're like, where's mine? How I'd be. I'm always thankful for whatever I get for gifts, but yeah, those look much more comfortable than the old-fashioned ones that sit straight up.
That's going to be strike 1.
You're good.
Counts 3-1. And that's going to be ball 4 as Emma Young gets to take a trip to first base with a walk. Good patience right there pays off.
Yeah, and you know, it's the pitcher's in the sun and the catcher's in the shade, so it may just be a little hard to see the catcher's mitt just because of the difference.
Hard for the pitcher. I'd also would imagine it hard for the batter, as that one's popped up right on the edge of left field, and the shortstop's going to come away with it. So with 2 outs, there's a runner at first, and coming up to bat now is going to be, I believe it's Mackenzie Guy. It is Mackenzie Guy.
Uh-oh. Wind causing the paper to fly. See, I told you the other night when we were in the press box that we're lucky to have that press box over at Sylvan Hills for baseball.
You were right. You'd think it'd be a little tougher for the batter as well, as the ball goes from the sunlight into the shade. It might be hard to keep track of it and see where it's at.
Yeah, and I also think that maybe the yellow ball helps a little bit with that.
You're probably right.
That was a good pitch.
That was a good pitch. Guy tried to take it on the inside, but it catches the plate.
It's one of those pitches that go either way, and when we're out on the mound, we hope that we get that same pitch.
She gets a piece of this one when it goes foul behind the catcher.
She's battling good here. Exactly what you want.
And she's going to strike out. Unfortunate at bat for Mackenzie Guy there, but that's going to retire the side for the Bears. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be the start of our second inning. Welcome back, Bears fans, as we get this second inning started. She takes ball one. She gets a piece of it, but it's going to be high up in the air, infield pop fly, and second baseman's going to get under it and catch it for the first out of the inning.
Now batting, number 15, Christina Cunningham.
Now up to the plate is Christina Cunningham for the Hornets. And Zermatten throws ball 1 to Cunningham. Counts 1-0. Swing and a miss for Cunningham right there. It's a good pitch from Zermatten. This sun's starting to sink low as the shade is steadily creeping its way into the outfield. She got a piece of it this time, and it's gonna be a line drive into the outfield there as it goes right to the center fielder, but she's gonna get a single out of that one. So Hornets have a runner on first and 1 out. And this one's going deep, and the left fielder can't get a hold of it. And so just like that, the Hornets have another single, and so they have runners at first and second now with only 1 out.
Now batting, number 2.
Left fielder tried to get a hold of it, but I think there was a big gust of wind that just happened to hit right at the perfect moment. It pushed it too far behind her, and so she couldn't get under it in time. Zermatten gets a hit right there, but it's going to be, they're going to get the runner at second out right there, so it's going to leave runners at the corner. They tried to go for the double play, but couldn't get to first in time. So with 2 outs now, runners at the corners. Coming up to the plate is Catherine Keeling for the Hornets. High, they're gonna. They caught 2 runners there off their bags, and the second baseman grabbed it and didn't really know where to go with it. So she looked over at third and tried to catch the runner at third, but I think she would have been better off going after the runner coming off of first, as I think she was a little bit farther off the bag than the runner at third. Wind seems like it's starting to kick up again.
Yeah, as the sun goes down, it seems to always get a little more windy over here.
So counts 2-0. That one's just a hair high above the zone. Count goes to 3-0 now. And that's going to be ball 4, and that's going to send Catherine Keeling to first base. So now the Hornets have bases loaded, 2 outs, and coming up to the plate is their solo senior, Maggie Groves. And that one catches the inside of the plate there for strike number 1. And Groves gets a piece of this one, and that's going to score some runs. It's going to score, almost scored more than 1. It's just going to score 1, and it scores 2 now because the ball was taken away by that wind. I don't know if you saw that right there, but she threw that ball to the catcher, and the ball literally started going so far to our left because of that wind. That wind kicked up, and it caught that ball.
Now batting, number 9, Gracie Keeling.
Yeah, the wind can do crazy things.
Well, it kind of looks like a sandstorm out here. The wind's starting to kick up. The gusts are picking up a lot harder, and you can see just the dust start flying across the field. And the Hornets get a piece of this one, see if the center fielder can get under it. And she got under it, but she couldn't make the catch. And just like that, the Hornets score 2 more. And that's a triple right there for Gracie Keeling. Hornets lead at 7-0.
That's not an ideal start to this game, but there's several more innings here. Just limit the damage here and get back to the plate. Try and score some runs of your own. 7-0 is not an insurmountable lead.
At the plate for the Hornets now is Grayson Pierce.
But it does seem like Maumelle's hitters may be teeing off a little bit on these pitches, so.
Sir Madden has had a tough time so far in the beginning of game 2. And that's in the dirt. I believe that's leaves the count at 1-1. Pierce hits it foul on the left side. Counts 1-2. 2 outs. Runner at third now for the Hornets. They lead this ball game 7-0. Counts even up now, 2-2.
I think that may have been a waste pitch. Just trying to get that runner over at third.
She seems like she's been pretty focused on the runners. Every time that there's been runners on at the bases, she seemed a little concerned about them. This one was a strike, but it's going to be hit foul. Oh, Licata just did everything she could to make that catch and flung her body into the fence right there.
I'll tell you one thing. No one can say that she doesn't give her all-out effort, man.
That's facts.
It's the second time that she's put her body on the line. Pretty close up pole there, too.
There's no denying that, that's for sure. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, and Zermatten gets the strikeout to end the top of the second right there, as the Hornets give up a decent amount of runs there, and as the Bears give up a decent amount of runs there, and they lead at 7-0. Welcome back, Bears fans, here in the bottom of the second. Bears trail 7-0 Coming up to bat, though, is going to be Leighton Simmons to lead us off. Simmons holds off for ball one with a check swing. And that's strike one. Count evens up 1-1. That one's high above the zone, so leaves the count at 2-1. Simmons had a decent outing on the mound in game one. She checks her swing once again for leave it at ball three, so now the count's 3-1. And that's ball four, and now the Bears have a get their leadoff batter on base. As she takes a walk to first. So with no outs, they have a runner at first.
With with 7 more innings to go, getting that runner on first is definitely going to help.
Hornets had a chance at the double play there after the hit from Brooks and Ratton. They weren't able to convert at first base as Zermatten got there in time. So now we're in the same position but with one out. Runner at first. And this is Abby Licata, the senior for the Bears. That's strike one, evens up the count 1-1. She got a piece of this one, but it's going to go foul behind the catcher. Count is 2-2, all even. Here comes the 2-2 to Licata. She swings and misses, and that's going to be out number 2 for the Bears as they go down swinging. So now 2 outs, runner at first. It's Gianna Morris coming to the plate. She had a real big swing in that game one that got them back into the game, and I think they were trailing by, I'm pretty sure they scored 3 off of her one swing. So that's ball 2. This one's fouled off.
Hit the roof of the dugout on the other field. This ball's come flying out of here.
She gets a piece of this one. It's going to go foul.
In about 6 feet from a little blonde boy playing soccer. So
it's scaring me, man. Every time a foul ball goes over there, I think one of those kids is going to get hit. Woo! She hit that one. She got a lot of contact on that ball right there, but it's going to go foul down the right field line.
She's making contact. If she can just straighten this out.
So 2 outs, runner at first, counts 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be a strikeout for Gianna Morris and the Bears. as that's going to retire the side. Hornets lead at 7-0 at the end of the second. Welcome back, Bears fans, here in the top of the third. Peyton Gober is at the plate for the Hornets. And Zermatten's first pitch is going to be ball one. Gober gets a piece of it. It's going to roll to the shortstop, and they're going to get it over to first in time, and that's going to be out number one for the Bears.
The sun is setting. There is not shadows on the field at all. Every player can see everything going on just perfectly fine.
I think that's helped Zermatten out a lot.
The pitcher still got sunglasses on, though. Maybe that's just her way of focusing.
Now batting.
That's going to be strike number one.
We're sitting here, makes it. When that sun sets, the quality of the video on the broadcast even better, too. You see everything so much better. Nothing like night games. So pretty.
I know, I love a good night game. Kirsten Steele takes ball one, and the count is now 1-1. That's going to be ball two. Counts now 2-1. She swings and misses. That evens up the count at 2-2. Zermatten looks to have a little bit better control now here in this inning than she did in the last. Here comes the 2-2. She gets a piece of it, but it's popped up in the infield, and they're going to come down with it. And so just like that, there's the Bears have two outs.
Now batting.
Like I mentioned 15, in the first game, the second baseman for this game have played excellent defense today.
So Pristina Cunningham now to the plate for the Hornets. She gets a piece of it, goes foul behind the catcher.
Right in front of our camera. Luckily, our camera. Last couple of years, we've had a GoPro mounted on the fence, so anytime a foul hits it, you shake the camera and stuff. But
so was that right in front of it?
Yeah, it hit right above it, and you saw it split the screen down.
If you were looking a little too close, you might have jumped there a bit. Gets to the left field, and the left fielder makes the play for out number 3, and the Bears retire the Hornets with a 1-2-3 right there. So after the top of the third, score remains 7-0 Hornets. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans. We're now in the bottom of the third. Leading us off here is going to be Selena Jones. That's going to be strike one for Selena. Counts 0-1. Hornets have a big deficit to try to climb over, so if they can somehow get their leadoff batter on first, or leadoff batter on base, that would be a huge piece of hitting for them to try to start off this comeback.
Ball was a good take there. Ball down just a little bit outside.
Gets another piece of that one.
I told you that metal pole right there takes up use. Earlier, the Bears have a deficit to climb out of. I think you said Hornets.
I'm not sure what. Oh, yeah, that's my mistake. So counts 2-2.
For some reason, you'd think you've called Hornets games before.
Well, I think what it might be is, I don't know why I'm seeing this blue on the baseball field, and I keep saying Hornets, and my alma mater is Bryant. Maybe that might be what it is. And she gets a blooper over there in the left field. Selena Jones is gonna get on to first, and that's a nice little hit for the leadoff batter for Sylvan Hills here in the bottom of the third.
If that's how come you keep saying Hornets, which that would make sense for me and Bryant. Hornets, blue and everything.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you this time. I don't know if Sylvan Hills and Maumelle fans will.
Bears.
We'll see, but.
Oh, and that's a nice hit right there up the middle for Briley Overman. That's a good piece of hitting right there for Overman, and she got all of that one.
First pitch swinging, aggressive, just bam right there. And Coach White wants to come out there and talk. Oh. It's wind gust is so good that it's knocked your water bottle over and keeps the papers flying. As long as it doesn't gust enough to knock over the camera. I've been worried about that all day.
Yeah. I think the camera should be fine.
I will say the ump in the first game probably would have called that a strike. He was okay with that high strike some. But we will take that ball all day.
Counts now 1-1. Emma Young at the plate right now.
Good position here, no outs. 2-1 count. 2 on.
That's strike two. Counts now. Eel evened up 2-2.
2-2 with 2 on and nobody out.
Counts now full 3-2 after that ball.
Nobody out.
So runners at first and second, full count here. Here comes the 3-2.
Oh.
She takes it on the inside, but it catches the plate. So that's going to be a strikeout. And just like that, the Hornets get their first out of the inning.
Yeah, that was a tough pitch to swing at, but also a tough pitch to take because that definitely in there in the zone. But it's one of those pitches on the inside that's hard to swing at.
This one's going to go foul down the left field line.
They come out swinging here in this game now. So they're being aggressive. So it's good to see.
So Selena Jones at the plate for the Bears. She gets a piece of this one. It's high up in the air. Looks like it's going to go on top of the dugout, and it does. So that's going to be strike number 2 as she fouls that one away. Counts 0-2. She got a piece of it, but it's going to go right to the third baseman. And they're going to get the runner at second out. So now that leaves runners at the corners, and 2 outs. As I believe it's Mackenzie Guy is coming to the plate. So she takes ball 1. She takes ball 2, so now the count's 2-0. That was another one of those pitches, like you said, that the umpire in game 1 probably would have called a strike.
I tend to agree.
That one's low. This strike zone is real tight, and it's causing Layla Ward for the Hornets a little bit of trouble, as there's 2 outs, and I believe it's three balls. And it is, and there she walks. She gets walked to first base. And so just like that, the Bears have the bases loaded. 2 outs. Coming up to the plate now is Layton Simmons. Simmons swings and misses for strike number 1. She chased a ball low and outside. Gets a piece of this one, but it's going to go foul behind the catcher. So just like that, count goes to 0-2. Gets another piece of it. Count remains 0-2. That's going to be ball 1. Counts now 1-2. Almost got away from the catcher there. That was a good job.
Saving a run there.
Yeah, Catherine Keeling. Catherine Keeling definitely saved a run with that one. And just like that, Simmons strikes out, and that leaves 3 runners stranded for the Bears. Unfortunate. So the score remains 7-0 Hornets as we go into the 4th. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, here in the top of the fourth. Leading off for the Hornets is going to be Layla Ward as she gets all of that one, and it's over the fence, home run for the Hornets to lead off the top of the fourth. That was a good piece of, she got great contact on that ball, unfortunate for the Bears.
Yeah, that one jumped off the bat real quick.
She's what were you saying last game? Helping her own cause?
Yeah, is she the pitcher?
She is.
See how much I'm paying attention.
And that stretches out the lead for the Hornets to 8-0 here in the top of the fourth.
See, if our camera was mounted there, it would have hit it right on the dot.
Really? So this is Peyton Hester at the plate for the Hornets. She hits it in the dirt, and they get it over to first in time for the first out of the inning.
That umpire over at first is very demonstrative with that out.
He was pretty he was doing the same thing behind the plate too. I appreciate that. You know, if I was the umpire, I feel like I'd be very
Look,
active with my hands.
back when my dad was alive, and he was a home plate umpire. Anytime someone struck out, he'd go, strike three.
Oh, I feel like I'd be making a lot of noise if I was behind the plate. If I was at first base, I'd be doing a lot of good motions with the hands. I'd be very, very active. This is Catherine Keeling at the plate for the Hornets now.
Down in the hole 0-2 real quick. Or for our Bears, we're ahead 0-2 real quick.
And they get a hit to shortstop, see if she can get there in time. And they're going to say she was safe as the ball was in the dirt.
That's tough. It was deep in shortstop.
Number 12.
The ball came pretty quick and stuff, so.
It was going to be a close one, even if she caught that ball, but the ball was a little too shallow and it hit the dirt first. So with one out and one runner on base, the Hornets are now, see who's coming up for the Hornets.
12?
It is. It's Maggie Groves.
One on, one out for senior Maggie Groves, third baseman.
She gets a good hit on this one. It's going back, and the left fielder makes a great grab to secure that second out. That was a great job right there from the left fielder, Selena Jones.
There have been just good defense today. There have been a couple that make you think it doesn't look good defense, but let me tell you, just being out there and trying to get those, some of those can eat you up and not necessarily your fault. So
Now batting, number 9,
lot of good defense.
Gracie Keeling.
that kid just told his parents he needs $100. I think we all have that same feeling.
So that's going to be strike one for Gracie Keeling for the Hornets. So counts 0-1. Runner at second. Runner over there on second's got a hoodie on, getting a little chilly out here, I guess. And this one's going to go into left field and get past Selena Jones. And just like that, they have a runner come across home plate with a RBI double from Gracie Keeling.
Batting, number 5.
Hornets stretch their lead once again to 9-0 with 2 outs on the board. Coming up to bat's going to be number 5, Molly Terry.
I think they're going to have a courtesy runner out at second base. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay, coach, let the umpire know. Right at 1 hour into this game here. Just in the 4th inning. This game's going a little bit slower than that first game did.
Is it? I thought it was going faster.
I think so. I mean, we're only 3.5, just a little bit over 3.5, or halfway through this game.
It's been we're an hour.
So this game's going slower.
I can't even pick up my phone without these papers.
That's okay. These ladies are nice enough to help you.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. So Molly Terry at the plate for the Hornets. Runner at second, 2 outs. She takes ball 1. She gets a hit into center field. And just like that, I think they're going to keep the runner at third, and they do. So runners at the corner, 2 outs. Coming up to bat for the Hornets now is number 13, Peyton Gober.
Good job by the center fielder getting that ball in. I mean, the hot shot off the bat up the middle, but you were able to keep the runner from second scoring. So
they have that robot voice saying the names of who's coming up to bat. I was just curious if they had a tough name. Like, what if the robot said it wrong? What would they do?
I mean, nothing. It's a robot. Oh, so I don't know.
Gober gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul towards the Sylvan Hills dugout. Score still 9-0 Hornets. 2 outs. Counts 0-1. Runners at the corner. That's strike number 2.
Now we can just focus on this hitter here, and let's get back to the bottom of the 4th. Let's try and score some runs here. Want to save that, keep that 10th run from coming in. Ball and 2 strikes here. The umpire letting us know again.
Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss as Zermatten strikes her out.
That's the end of the inning.
And that's going to retire the side for the top of the 4th there. We're going to take a break. When we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 4th. And just like that, that's the first out for the Bears as they get a first pitch swing and it goes straight to the third baseman.
It is so different with the music playing all the way up till the moment the batter is ready to swing, it kind of throws you off trying to transition between innings. Yeah, that was a quick 1 pitch, 1 out.
So now at the plate, I believe it's Abby Licata.
The catcher who put her body on the line several times tonight, trying to make plays to help her team.
She comes out with an 0-2 already.
A 2-0.
0-2-0, my mistake.
Yeah.
She fouls this one back.
As a catcher, she's got a pretty good idea of his strike zone, so she'll be able to lay off pitches that maybe any other hitter might not.
She fouls this one to the left side. So counts now even 2-2.
2-2 with 1 out. Getting late in this game. Big deal to not get that 10th run across the board from Maumelle in the top of the inning.
This one's fouled back, and it's going straight back. Avoids anybody hitting anybody, so
As
that's a
long
good
as
thing.
it's kept away from us, I was okay. Once I saw it was going over my head, I'm okay. Then you just yell heads up. But we can't really do that. Someone else has to.
This
okay,
one's.
now this one might.
Oh no,
Nope,
it's. Oh, the catcher tried to make the catch, but she couldn't make it, so it's going to be a foul ball. Count stays at 2-2. I thought that
Had
one.
the wind been blowing, it was coming.
I was for sure that one was dropping on the laptop. I was.
like, oh.
I would have made the catch. I would have made the
I would
catch.
have hit. Water may have exploded on the laptop. But
Oh, and she gets a hit, but it goes straight to the shortstop, and they
That's
can't get it
safe.
there in time, and she's going to be safe at first. So with 1 out, Bears now have a runner on first with Gianna Morris coming up to the plate.
I will say this is nothing particular about the position, but you don't usually see catchers that run that well.
That's true. She got over there pretty quickly.
She was booking it down the line, got there.
So Gianna Morris swings for strike 1. And if the Bears want to make a comeback, you probably need to get started right here.
Yeah, it's 9-0 in the 4th inning, so or 0-9.
She gets a piece of this one, but it's going to go foul to the Sylvan Hills dugout.
Yeah.
So the count's 1-2.
Umpire's about to get on our scorekeeper. Let them know they got to keep up. I don't know that I've ever seen an umpire do that.
Well, I know he's got that little machine in his pocket that helps him keep count.
I think that was to wake up the scorekeeper.
That's true. I saw a couple of them jump over there, so counts 1-2.
But they're awake now.
So now counts all evened up 2-2. So here comes the 2-2. Morris takes ball 3, so counts full now 3-2.
3-2 count, 1 on, 1 out. Down 9-0 here in the 4th inning. A good time to get a rally going right here.
She gets a nice hit, gets some good contact. The left fielder's not going to be able to get there in time. And so that's going to be a single for Gianna Morris. So the Bears now have runners at first and second with only 1 out. I didn't catch the number at who's at the plate right now. Do you see what number that was?
6.
So number 6 is going to be Hurd for the Bears.
Yeah, 6.
Hurd gets a good piece of it, but it's going to go right to the center fielder. She makes the catch for out number 2. Runners are going to stay at first and second. Center fielder did not have to, I think she might have had to take a step to get under that one.
Yeah, it was pretty on the beat to her.
So at the plate for the Bears is Bradley Overman. She takes ball 1. 2 outs, runner at first and second. Hornets lead at 9-0. She gets a piece of this one, but it's going to be a pop-up. See if they can get under it. And they can't get under it, and just like that, the Bears are going to have 2 across home plate, it looks like. They do.
Morris's speed.
Morris put it to good use right there coming across home plate. And so the Bears, with 2 outs, get 2 across home plate, and they are now beginning to try to make their comeback.
2 outs.
2 outs. They've got a knack for 2-out rallies, that's for sure.
Now Coach White's going to head out to the mound, talk to his pitcher.
Take it off left, but you gotta talk it up, baby. Y'all gotta talk.
Like you said, shake it off and talk.
Take it off left.
This is 19.
So that's strike number 1 for Emma Young. So with 2 outs, runner at second, counts 0-1. She gets a piece of this one. It's popped up, but it's going to go foul. Catcher couldn't get under it in time, so counts 0-2.
Are the people sitting behind us watching the game on their phone?
I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I know that around my wide body, you're not going to see much.
They get a good contact on this one, and the right fielder is going to get there in time to make the catch, and so they limit the damage to just 2 as the Bears score 2 and kind of cut into that deficit. Hornets lead at 9-2. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, here in the Top of the fifth. Hornets lead at 9-2 after a 2-run inning for the Bears in the bottom of the fourth. And so up to bat for the Hornets, it's going to be Peyton Hester.
Batting, number 21, Hannah Drury.
My mistake. It's number 21. Number 21 is
Hannah Drury.
Hannah Drury.
I only know that 'cause the robot.
I heard the robot. Well, all I saw was a 2, and I thought it was number 2. That's why I said the name, that first name. She gets a piece of it and goes right to the first baseman, and that's going to be out number 1 here in the top of the fifth. Now it's number 15, Pristina Cunningham. She gets a piece of it. It goes straight to the second baseman, and they get it to first. And so just like that, there's 2 outs. 2 quick outs for the Bears here in the top of the fifth.
Layla Ward.
Oh, this is the ideal way to respond for the Sylvan Hills Bears is coming out, get 2 quick outs on defense and pitching, and try to get back to the plate in the bottom of the inning.
Another first pitch swing for the Hornets, and this time it's going to get into right field for a base hit.
I apologize to the pitcher. Apparently I am an announcer's jinx. As I said that earlier with Simmons.
Now batting.
Now batting.
Now batting.
Peyton Hester.
Now it's Peyton Hester for the Hornets coming up to the plate. In the dirt for ball 1. 2 outs, runner at first. Counts 1-0. In the dirt for ball 2. That's going to be strike 1. That was a nice pitch right there from Zermatten for the Bears.
Not been a whole lot of pitching changes in this game. You had the one substitution for like an inning and a half, and then went back to.
It's hit right to the shortstop, and they get to second base for the final out of the top of the fifth. And the Hornets remain in the lead 9-2. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, here in the bottom of the fifth. Hornets lead at 9-2, and up to bat is Selena Jones as she swings for strike one. Selena Jones has made a couple good plays out there in left field earlier on in the game. She gets a piece of this one and goes to the first baseman who can't get control of it, and she's going to get to first safely, and it's a wild pitch to first, so she's rounding first now and gets the second.
I think that ball hit her in the head.
I thought it hit her. I thought it hit her in like the shin. I couldn't tell though.
Maybe, but I was just like, that's different.
So with a wild throw to first, they turned that single into a double. So now it's Mackenzie Guy at the plate for the Bears. No outs, runner at second. And she takes strike one. And that's going to be ball one. Evens up the count 1-1. That's going to be high above the zone for ball two. Count 2-1 now. And that's low and in the dirt for ball three. And just like that, she's battled her way into a nice batter's count right now, 3-1.
Yeah, 3-1 count. No outs in the inning here. 9-2.
And she swings and misses. So that brings us to a full count now, 3-2.
It's a nice aggressive swing. Let's see if she can do that again, make contact, straighten it out, and get it up through the mid.
I think you swing there for sure. So here's the 3-2. She gets a piece of it, but it's going to be fouled off behind the catcher.
Live to battle another pitch. Straighten that out, get into the outfield, and drive in a run.
Somebody's eating some pizza behind me, and it's starting to make me hungry.
Starting to make you hungry. My stomach's been rumbling for an hour.
Here comes the 3-2. She gets a nice piece of this one. Good contact
go.
into left field,
There
and just
you
like
go.
that, Selena Jones rounds third, and she's going to be
Slide,
safe
slide.
at home. And so that's going to be a RBI double right
Great
there
piece
for
of
Mackenzie Guy. Nice hitting right there.
Looks like they are going to make a pitching change. Oh, look who's back.
Yeah,
Keelan.
for sure, man.
I tried getting Steve on the broadcast. He said, no, he's out. He's done.
I couldn't handle the computer troubles. That would drive me crazy as well. Looks like the Hornets are going to try to make a pitching change here. They're going to go
Back to Keeling.
back to Keeling.
She's got an arm on her, and she's been dominated a lot of the first game, and going to come in here and try and close this out in the second game, get them there.
And in that game one, Gracie Keeling was really dealing there for the majority of the game. Started to give up a few runs in one inning, but other than that, she had a pretty stellar outing in game one.
Yeah. And
Y'all doing the games, man. Thanks. See y'all.
I know these are our first two games of the softball season here, and like I said earlier in the first game, we are going to take care and broadcast that doubleheader at home against Vilonia, as long as I can make sure my internet works and all that fun stuff. Technology doesn't kill us. But get that done. I think we have a doubleheader in baseball versus Eastham at the beginning of May. To wrap up our baseball and softball for Sylvan Hills this year. Hopefully next year we can build on it, add more of the home broadcast, figure out how we can get multiple cameras around these fields and everything to have an even better broadcast.
So it's Leighton Simmons at the plate for the Bears, and she swings and misses for strike one. No outs, runner at second. Counts 0-1. Bears trail 9-3. That's a wild pitch way above the catcher, and that advances the runner to third now.
Look, I looked up and that thing was coming right from my face.
I was looking at it the whole way. I was like, whoa.
Oh, that was, oh man. Fun stuff. Maybe next year we'll be able to find you a decent color commentator, too.
Yeah. Well, you are more than enough for me, buddy, I promise.
Oh, well. We'll see what Steve has to say. He has high expectations.
Well, you live up to those expectations, in my opinion. So that evens up the count 2-2. I'm surprised you don't do these games by yourself. I think you could do them both.
No.
I think you could do play-by-play.
I'd get lost. I'd start rambling about the most random stuff. What?
No, that just fills up the count 3-2. Go ahead.
I can't really keep names straight and all that.
I see.
That's my biggest thing.
I was struggling earlier with the Hornets and the Bears. I think that was game 1 I was struggling.
Woo! That's not good.
And that's ball number 4.
You look good, bitch. That's so short.
And that's going to send Simmons to first base. The Hornet fans were
Not too happy.
Not a fan of that call. It was close. I could have seen it go. I could have seen it go either way.
Yeah, I think it was maybe a little inside.
That catcher is quick to get that ball right back to the pitcher after she catches it.
I think she was trying to get it back to her so he can throw it to third or second. You notice the runner stole third.
No, the runner got advanced after that wild pitch earlier.
Well, then I'm just behind. Kind of keeping up with the scoreboard.
So this is the pitcher, Brooks Zermatten, at the plate for the Bears. No outs. Runners at the corners.
Let's help her cause.
Counts 1-2. Oh, 0-2. My mistake. It's hit up and foul.
Yep.
It's going to hit the net. It's going to hit the net and
2-1 count. Nobody out. Runners on first and third.
so now looks like we are. So we're even up now, 2-2. I was wondering.
Was a strike?
No, they just had the count was wrong on the board. They've been changing it back and forth like this whole at bat.
Oh, okay.
So they hit it right to the third baseman, and they're going to get it to first in time. But the runner at third is going to get in home before the catcher can meet her, and so that's going to get them another run on the board, 9-4, as she hits a sacrifice ground out. Zermatten does, which leaves a runner at second, and a run comes home. Hornets now lead 9-4. Coming up to the plate is going to be the catcher, Abby Licata. So that's going to be strike one for Abby Licata. One out, runner at second. Bears are doing their best to storm a comeback here in game 2.
They definitely are. It's 9-4.
Yes, 9-4.
It's my bedtime anyway. Let's go, son.
I don't know what we're waiting on here. It looks like the head coach for the Hornets seem to be having a conversation with the umpire. I'm not sure what's happening here.
Don't know what's going on. 1-1 count with 1 out. Runner on second base. Don't know what that delay was. I know that it was past someone's bedtime, and she told her son, "Let's go." So they went home.
She gets a hit, but it looks like it's a pop-up, and the first baseman's going to get under it for out number 2.
Good focus by the first baseman. It's not easy to run and focus on that ball flying in the air either, especially running sideways like that.
Gianna Morris at the plate. She gets a piece of it, but it's going to go foul.
She had a RBI double last time, right?
Yes, I believe she did.
No, it was an RBI single, I think, and she came around to score.
So count evens up 1-1. Morris takes ball 2. Counts 2-1 now. 2 outs, runner at second. That's ball 3. That was Morris is doing a good job and having a good eye here at the plate this at bat. Counts 3-1. She gets a piece of it, but it's going to be foul.
I think it hit home plate, so dead ball foul. It was a foul.
So now we have a full count. Here comes the 3-2. She gets a piece of it, and it goes right to the second baseman for out number 3. So to close out the 5th inning here, the Bears score 2. Score is 9-4 Hornets.
Now batting, number 22.
Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans. Bears are trying to mount a comeback, but right now they're going to try to get out of this inning scoreless. And that's ball 1 in the dirt from Zermatten at the plate for the Hornets. Looks like number 2, Peyton Hester. Oh, that's a big hit. That might be out. And it is gone as they get a homer on the board. That was number 2. That was number 22, Catherine Keeling, who hits a homer to lead the Hornets off here in the top of the 6th. I think was she the one that hit the homer in game 1 as well?
Number 12.
I think she was.
I don't know.
I think she hit a homer in game 1 as well, so that's 2 homers on the night for her.
That ball was well struck to left center field, that's for sure.
So that's ball 1. At the plate for the Hornets is Maggie Groves, third baseman.
Ooh.
She was early on that swing. If she would have waited just a hair longer, I think that would have been a really good hit for her. Because it went straight to the Sylvan Hills dugout.
Woke him up over in the dugout.
In the dirt for ball 1.
Ball 2.
Oh, ball 3. So count is 3-1.
I don't think that's right.
That's what the umpire just said.
Oh, okay.
This one's foul, and it's going
There you go, get it.
right back.
A couple of students over here kind of freaked out a little bit.
So now it's a full count for Maggie Groves. No outs, no runners on base. Hornets lead at 10-4.
Senior third baseman.
In the dirt, and she's going to take a walk to first base. So now coming up for the Hornets is Gracie Keeling.
Gracie Keeling.
This game's definitely slowed down, but it's nothing as like a couple games we had in baseball. It was 11 o'clock by the time those were over. That was crazy.
That was a rough outing, especially that being my first baseball calling experience. I was on a Tuesday. I was like, oh, I was like, I don't know if I can. That's good. These long
I had to
games.
talk you off the ledge a little bit there whenever you were like, I don't know if I can keep doing these. It's Tuesday night. Yeah, I understand.
She gets a piece of it, but goes straight to the shortstop. They get her out at second, and the wild pitch to first is going to leave her safe, but she's going to go ahead and make her way to second.
That's one of those situations where we probably just keep the ball and toss it back to your pitcher.
Well, I think it went into the dugout, so I think she automatically got to go to second there.
Well, I'm just saying the shortstop just holding on to the pitch or the ball instead of trying to go for the double play, because I don't think you even had a shot at getting her at first.
Well, there's been a couple times both the Bears and the Hornets have had a shot at trying to make a double play, but I just don't think they've really had, like, as much as there is a shot, there really isn't a shot. These runners are pretty fast, and they're getting to first base pretty quickly.
I don't know if they were going to call an error on that, because on a double play attempt, you can't assume the second out.
Right.
So I don't know if they call that an error because it happened after.
So ball 1. She hits it right to the third baseman. They get it over to first, and so that's going to be out number 2.
That was a good defense by the third baseman and a great pick by the first baseman, making sure her foot was back on the bag as well. If you've noticed, they have 2 bags on first at first, so they've got, I guess that you call it a safety bag.
I see. So Peyton Gober at the plate for the Hornets. 2 outs, runner at third.
It helps them, the first baseman and the runner, from getting their legs tied up.
That's probably a smart option, to be honest.
And I think that's why the major leagues have gone to bigger bases as well.
Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. I was wondering why they did that, but that makes a lot of sense as to why they probably did that, to avoid injuries and sliding moments and other base running incidents.
This guy's tapping sideways on his phone. Probably not easy.
That's strike number 2 for Gobert.
0-2 with 2 outs. Let's get out of this inning without giving up anything else. Except that solo home run.
She gets a piece of it, and it's going to go to the shortstop, see if they can make the play. And they do. They make the play at first. And so they give up 1 solo homer, but other than that, it's a pretty good inning for Zermatten. Scores 10-4 Hornets. Welcome back, Bears fans, here in the bottom of the 6th. Hornets lead at 10-4. Coming up to bat is going to be Selena. Well, I'm not sure. Did you see that number? I didn't catch it.
I thought it was 6. Yeah,
6. Number 6. That's Hurd for the Bears.
And she swung through that first pitch for strike 1 there to start the bottom of the 6th inning.
I think she didn't play in game 1. She didn't play in game 1, and in this game though, I think she got a pretty good double. I think at her first at bat.
She's an aggressive swinger.
So that's strike 2. Counts 0-2. Swing and a miss, and that's a strikeout for Hurd. And that's out number 1 for the Hornets.
She's aggressive, and I like that. She swung at 2 high pitches. When you're up at the plate, your eyes just get big when you see that ball coming high like that because you're thinking, ooh, I can drive this ball.
She gets a good piece of this one. Is it going to stay fair? No, as it goes foul. That was some great contact right there. That was great contact right there from Briley Overman, though.
And see, and Keeling has enough power behind her fastball that rise ball that she has, you're probably not going to catch up to it. I feel like she's laid off it right there.
So counts 1-1. 1 out, no runners on base.
Ooh.
Woo.
That one rose a little bit above her head. Good reflexes by 2.
Counts 2-1. Ooh, that was a close one. I'm not sure why that one wasn't a strike, but counts 3-1 now.
I'll take that all day.
She gets a piece of it, popped up, and it's going to hit the ground, and she's going to get to first safely.
Bear down rally coming right here. Only need 7 runs.
Well, there needs to be 2 outs. If there's 2 outs, that's when they really start hitting their groove.
Yeah, that's true, but why not change it up here?
I agree.
Do it with 1 out, not make it so stressful.
She gets a piece of it, but it's going to be fouled off behind her. So that's going to be strike 1. She gets a good chunk of that one. And it's safely inside the right field line. Oh, but they got her at second. That was a good play by the right fielder to get it into second base. So that leaves a runner at third with 2 outs now as Selena Jones is coming up to the plate.
Like you said, 2 outs. Now we got a runner in scoring position at third.
Counts 1-0. Jones swings through the second pitch for strike number 1. Counts 1-1. Oh, she got a good chunk of this one. This one might be out. And it's gone as the Bears hit a 2-run homer right here in the bottom of the 6th. Great swing right there from Selena Jones. I think everyone in the park knew that one was out as soon as she hit it.
It's 10-6 with 2 out hitting.
2 out hitting. Like I said.
2 out hitting.
Now
They're
coming up to the
good at
plate is Mackenzie Guy.
Now it's 10-6.
See if Mackenzie Guy can follow up that homer with another one.
Or a double, anything, just get on base, keep this rally going.
Keep it going. Bears only trail by 4 now. Hornets lead at 10-6. 2 outs, no one on base.
How's Keeling going to answer?
Guy swings through strike number 1.
She was going for a double right there.
Nice hit right there into center field, but the center fielder's going to be under it. So that's out number 3. Bears strike with 2 runs to trim that deficit. Hornets still lead at 10-6.
Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans. It's the top of the 7th inning. Let's try and get a 1-2-3 inning here. get back to the plate and try and continue the rally to win this game. First pitch there is a strike. There's 0-1. The lead off. Just like that, it's 0-2.
So this is Kirsten Steele at the plate for the Hornets. Counts 0-2. That one's high above the zone, as that's ball 1.
That was a waste pitch, trying to get her to swing at that. Good pitch there.
No reason not to try to get her to chase there. You're ahead in the count 0-2. She fouls this one off.
People just try and go home and having to dodge balls.
She gets a piece of it, goes right to the pitcher. She's going to get it to first in time for out number 1.
Now batting, number 15, Christina Cunningham.
So Christina Cunningham now coming to the plate for the Hornets. One out, no one on base. Cunningham gets it to third base, but she bobbles the ball, so she's going to get to first safely.
Now batting,
So 1 out. Cunningham gets a single. Now coming up to the plate is Layla Ward. Strike number 1 for Ward.
She was the pitcher who came in for Keeling in that first game.
Yes, and then started off game 2, and then Keeling came back in for her.
I don't think she started game 2. I think Keeling came back for her in the 7th inning of the first game.
No, I'm pretty sure Ward started game 2.
I didn't think. Okay, maybe. Been a long night.
She fouls that one off behind her, so count goes to 1 and 2.
One thing we don't have is the luxury of a scorebook with us, as neither one of us really experienced in filling out a baseball, softball scoreboard or scorebook. So
I tried to fill one out for baseball, but with the wind, I couldn't even hold down paper. I couldn't even hold down the paper for most of the night tonight.
yeah, that's good where you invest in one of those spiral-bound scorebooks. I don't know that they're much different in scoring.
She gets a piece of this one, but it goes foul.
Yeah, I'll be glad when we leave there won't be people fouling balls off.
Yeah.
Where we're dodging them as we leave, because we'll probably be the last game out here tonight.
She gets a piece of it and goes into center field. And so just like that, the Hornets, it gets past the center fielder, and so that's going to send Cunningham home, and it sends Cunningham home, and that's going to be a triple. That's a triple right there for Ward. Hornets now lead at 11-6.
That's unfortunate. Try and chip away a little more, and Maumelle seems to have an answer every time.
Now coming to the plate is Peyton Hester for the Hornets.
been a good battle here in the 5A Central tonight.
I'm not sure what happened right there. She started,
She started doing that slap bunning type.
but she didn't even attempt. Like, I guess she thought it was gonna be a ball. I don't know. It just looked a little funky.
I think that's what it was. She thought it was going to be a ball, and then
She bunts it down. I'm not sure.
there's no one at home.
That gets a runner across home plate.
That's 12-6. And did he call the runner at first out?
I couldn't see where he was standing when that happened.
I think Coach wants explanation from home plate. Maybe is he asking about player obstruction? I guarantee that these umpires talking together still won't be as bad as it was in the Jacksonville baseball
Yeah,
game,
absolutely.
where they let the fans influence their returning of a call. They made a call, stood by it, and then got together again and overturned it because the fans were pretty hot and heavy screaming at them. But hey, like I said, we're all humans. We all fall to pressure sometimes.
That one's high for ball one. So they did. They called her out at first. So there's 2 outs on the board now.
I thought that they did.
That's strike one. Counts 1-1. Above the zone for ball two.
Come his little puppy.
She gets a good piece of it, goes right to the shortstop. Can they make the play? They make the play at first, and they close out the top of the 7th. Welcome back, Sylvan Hills Bears fans, as the score is 12-6 Hornets. Bears got to score at least 7 here to close it out if they want the win right here, as they get a nice hit to lead them off right here. That's Leighton Simmons right there, who leads them off with a single.
That's a way to start it. You got 7 runs you need here, or at least 6 to send it into 8th inning. But let's just go ahead and get 7 runs so we can win this game and go home. That's how I look at it there.
They get a piece of it and goes to the second baseman. Can they get two? And they do. They get two right there. First double play of the night.
That's tough. But 2 outs. Sylvan Hills seems to be a very good 2-out hitting team, so. Keeling out there at the, I keep saying the mound. There is no mound. It's a pitching circle.
That's strike one.
I think umpire wants to go home too, because that was a little outside.
So there's 2 outs. This is Abby Licata, the catcher, at the plate. Count evens up 1-1.
Keeling said, "Let me show you what's not a strike." She was testing him to see how much he wanted to go home.
This one's a pop fly. Shortstop's under it, and she makes the catch. That's going to be the end of our ball game. Hornets win it 12-6. Unfortunate here in Game 2 for the Bears. Appreciate everybody tuning in here at the Sylvan Hills Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.